Welcome back. I hope your 4th of July weekend is going wonderfully. I am going to place my thoughts of the day at the end of my videos. That way, if you so choose, you can stick around to the end to hear them, or you can get the information within the video quickly. Investing is perhaps one of the most powerful tools at your disposal, but it is for the patient ones that gains await. Warren Buffett said, "We don't have to be smarter than the rest. We have to be more disciplined than the rest." And part of that discipline is in direct correlation with yet another Warren Buffett quote. Unless you can watch your stock holding decline by 50% without being panic-stricken, you should not be in the stock market. Patience and dollar cost averaging have been proven to be the best long-term strategies for beating the market. Okay, so what are the pros and the cons of dollar cost averaging? Finra.org just recently published their idea on this, and I tend to agree. I will leave the link to the article in the description below. In that article, the very first pro is that dollar cost averaging eliminates emotions from the equation. And that is a big one. Investors are humans, and as humans are subject to the very same rash emotional decisions that we all are. Dollar cost averaging, in other words, having a regular investing interval or schedule, can shield yourself and your portfolio from emotional-driven buying. And emotions in the market will get you wrecked. Secondly, they state that by waiting in as opposed to handing over your money all at once, dollar cost averaging can limit your losses. And that makes perfect sense. As the market goes up and as the market goes down, sometimes you're going to buy a little bit lower, sometimes you're going to buy a little bit higher. But on average, you're going to come ahead. And then as you accumulate, when the base price of your project of choice goes up, then these low times will actually seem like fun and profitable times as you look back upon them. But you have to be able to survive through these dips. Okay, so it can't all be good, can it? It's not just all sunshine and skittle rainbows everywhere, is it? Otherwise, everybody and their brother would be doing it. So what is the downside to dollar cost averaging? Well, according to the article, you could forfeit much higher returns. And they're not wrong. If you're holding on to some dry powder and are able to time a good low, then you'll get a much higher return when it recovers. And if you are somehow able to magically time the market right every single time, your little crystal ball is just spot on every single time, then your returns would be drastically more than dollar cost averaging. But the downside to that is the old adage, it is time in the market, not timing the market. You are more likely than not to fail trying to time when your money goes into the market correctly. And the market tends to punish those who make rash decisions. And as always, take into account any fees, any transaction fees, and any taxable movements. Now, for me, I am a lazy investor, but I am a patient, lazy investor. I like to do minimum amounts of effort for maximum amounts of return. Personally, I like dividend investing when it comes to traditional finance. One of my favorite projects right now for dividend investing in TradFi is Ares Capital Corporation, or ARCC, ARC for short. ARC is a specialty finance company which, as of time of recording, is handing out a very nice 9.4% APY. That means for every $100 you put in, you're getting $9.40 back per year in returns. Not bad. And even though that sounds like a small amount, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the very first step. I like to think of my money like a bunch of employees. And when I put my money to work, I'm a bit of a slave driver. I want my money to work 24 hours a day, no breaks, no holidays. And being able to make $9.40 a year off just $100 is powerful. In life, sometimes we can take these little victories, repeat them, add them up, and make a whole bunch of little victories equal a huge victory. You get enough of these little victories together, and all of a sudden you have won the war. Which is why I really like Algorand. Beyond the fact that I believe Algorand will climb up the coin market cap ladder, and that we keep getting these amazing partnerships one after another, and that the leadership within Algorand consists of some real crypto and finance rock stars, it is easy. It's so simple. You can invest and put your feet up and forget about it. I hold it in my wallet and I get a return. Simple as that. So thinking about money as employees, I have a place where I can send my employees to go make more employees, who in turn get more employees to me, who in turn get more employees, and all of whom have the sole purpose of making me money. It's brilliant. And it all takes patience. And everything that has been said through all this video is all well and good. But there is one major thing, one huge point that needs to be said, one golden rule in my opinion, one rule above all, one rule to rule them all, as it were. And that is this: never invest more than you can comfortably lose. If what you are about to invest is going to affect your lifestyle, then do not do it. If you invest more than you can comfortably lose, there is not much that anyone can do to help you. You have gone too thin. You have stretched yourself too far. I want you to invest, but invest safely. As far as context of the video, that is the video. If this is your stop, I appreciate your time. I appreciate your patience. It is you guys that can do this. If I can come up from homelessness and eating out of dumpsters, and if I can come up from a place when $1 may as well have been $1 million to me, then you can too. And I'm trying to depart some of that wisdom. But if this is your stop, this is your stop. I appreciate you. I always appreciate you. And I want the best for you. If you choose to stick around for the thought of the day, it's coming up in a second. I believe the thoughts of the day are important. I do. And I get it. I'm long-winded. I believe I have an immense amount of knowledge. The things that I've seen, the things that I've done, they explode out of me, and I love teaching. So, this part of the video, teleprompter off. It's just me and you. There are things about making money and wealth that a lot of people don't tell you. And some of them are painful realities. And one of those painful realities that I sure wish was not true is this. As you move up the financial ladder, as you find yourself getting nicer things and expensive things seem not quite so expensive anymore, and you realize that you've stepped up quite a bit, you're going to realize that you need to shed your friends. Not all of them, but the majority of them. And it's something that people don't tell you, and there's a good reason that you need to do it. It's for your protection. It's for your protection, your family's protection, your portfolio's protection, your emotional protection. Think of it this way. When you're poor, and all your friends are poor, and you're sitting around talking about hard times, it's just you and your friends talking about hard times. Everybody fits in, everybody gets along, everybody understands each other. But when you move up the financial ladder and you make these smart decisions that your friends are not, and they're wondering, what are you doing? And you're telling them what you're doing. You're saying, I'm doing this. And they say, uh-huh, yes, yes, I got you. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get on it tomorrow. And they never get on it. They never take that first step. They start to resent you. They start to blame you. And then as they see you doing good and moving up the ladder, the conversations change, the feel changes. It's no longer you and your friends sitting around talking about hard times. No, you can't talk about hard times. Hard times are off the menu. It's a no-go zone. Because all of a sudden, there's an air of expectation. And it makes for things to be very uncomfortable. And then secondly, you have to dig deep. I know you've sacrificed. I know sacrifice. I have sacrificed. But sometimes you got to dig deep and realize you got to sacrifice just a little more, just a little longer. If you can hang on just a little bit longer, that train's going to come out of the tunnel and you can breathe once again. But it takes digging deep inside yourself. Self-reflection. And that self-reflection has to hurt. And part of that is realizing your biggest anchors are your friends and the Almighty One, yourself. So you dig deep and you sacrifice just a little more. I appreciate you guys. You guys are amazing. I thank you so much. The trailer's coming along. It is a ton of work. I hope that you're able to see the improvements in the sound, the improvements in the video, the improvements in my presentation. I hope to see you guys genuinely on the next one.